I'll be introducing myself. I'm Coach Brian Pirana. I've been a health coach for 20 plus years now, a personal trainer for years. I've owned gyms. I've been working remotely with people every day, busy professionals, juggling families, work-life responsibilities, and how to prioritize themselves in one way or another to keep their health in the best shape they can. I'm 42 with 4 kids, 15 to 9, 3 boys and a girl. My wife loves to travel, as I mentioned. We're all over the place. The schedule is crazy, and staying organized is really important for me, and I hope it's equally important to you. The chat box is open. I love engagement. That always makes this more fun for all parties involved, and I will be looking for those. So welcome. Organize your life. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Organization 101 is on our agenda, number 1, and then we're going to go tidying techniques. 3 is optimize your space, and number 4 is revamping your routine. Why do we organize our life? And because it's usually disorganized. I personally live and die by my schedule. I'm always looking. I have client calls. After this, I have a Zoom call with someone I'm working with on a summit for women's health over 40 to present for that summit. Then I have a workout and pick up my kids. Oh, geez, it's just, if I don't look at it, I might leave my kid at school, and that won't be good for me because my wife will say, hey, you were supposed to pick them up and you weren't paying attention. That is no good. Organization 101. Organize, it's a verb. Put things into a particular arrangement or order. One thing after another makes it more easy and manageable for you to do. Number 2, organization, is to form into a coherent unit or functioning as a whole. And number 3, arrange or order things so that they can be found or used easily and quickly. For me, I like number 3 the best. I always want simple, easy. When I'm working with someone, that's the in my brain, here's the problem. What's the easiest solution for this person to take action now? How do I get them from disorganized to organized and actionable and making real change for themselves? Well, we got to keep, this is Marie Kondo, keep only things that speak to your heart, then take the plunge and discard all the rest. The more clutter you have in your everyday life, the more challenging it is for you to operate. There's always something pulling on your attention strings then. That room that you keep stuffing things into, never want to deal with and close the door. Or the basement is always disorganized and you feel like you're going single file through to get to the laundry room or something. Or the garage or your desk at work. It's a minefield. It's blown up everywhere. There's papers and things and it's disorganized, and that makes it more challenging to do. What are the health benefits of actually decluttering and organizing yourself? Well, less anxiety and stress. You have a clear plan. You have a clear defined schedule. You know where you're at and what's happening and coming up, and you're constantly looking at the map, looking at the compass to guide you in the direction where you want to go. Say we jump on a plane or a boat. I like a boat. Say we're going to get on a boat and I'm going to come over to Europe here to hang out with Tobias in Berlin. I'm going to leave from New York and we're going to go to whatever, I don't know, say Barcelona for an easy city to then take a train to Berlin. If the boat is only even 1 degree off and doesn't course correct, where am I going to end by the time I'm supposed to get to Barcelona? Well, if it's 1 degree south, I might end up in Africa. I'm hanging out in Morocco all of a sudden, right? And that's stressful because, wait a minute, why am I on another continent? Then I'm supposed to be going to Barcelona to go to Germany. So there's a lot of stress and anxiety there. You're more productive. You can get more things done because you have clear defined tasks. You have the energy that you need to put into that, and then boom, boom, you're able to get it done. Your sleep is improved. Go into your bedroom, and if it's like a laundry bomb went off and you have the floor drobe, meaning all your clothes for the day are in a pile on the floor and things are haphazardly shoved in different closet spaces, then you go in there and it's just another source of stress or sleep, and your sleep isn't going to be that great either. Supports healthy food choices. You're more organized. You're going to make better choices. Your fridge has food in it that's healthy and can work for you. And promotes financial well-being, right? Clutter costs money. Look at the business that you're in. If you even have 5% of a strain on the budget that goes toward waste, depending on how big the company is, that could be a lot of money that needs to be produced just to handle these particular this waste. Or in your personal life, I didn't prepare food, or I didn't go to the grocery store. I didn't have a plan of what I'm going to eat. I then didn't do the necessary things to have the food ready, and therefore I get to dinner time and I'm tired, and then I order out. And then I pay the extra $15 to have food delivered through DoorDash or whatever, and I'm paying really expensive lukewarm food. What are some obstacles to stay organized in the first place? Time is always one, not knowing where to begin. Can't tell you how often that's a big problem for people when we're looking to improve their health. Procrastination is a natural process of what humans do anyways. A lack of organizing skills and feeling overwhelmed, right? If clutter is there, you will feel overwhelmed. If you're unorganized, you will feel overwhelmed. Love to hit the chat box here. What is one area of your life or space you want to organize but have been putting off? What's one area? We need one person to jump out, and then a couple will. I'll go first. One area of my life I'm trying to organize is the back end of my business. Example, for 10 years, I didn't know no email marketing at all. And since October, I've sent over 100 to my list. And in the last week, I've been the opportunity to get on 5 different podcasts and summits to further grow my list and create pull people toward me and what I have to offer. That's taken since October to do all that. Someone else the spring cleaning is coming up. We got a couple people. There's a lot in the chat box now. Spring cleaning is on their mind, right? We're in the end of March, going into April, and we want to we're going to start opening our houses up to the actual sun and the air and all. And that's going to be wonderful. Balancing study and work. Yes, if you're a student, there has to be some level of balance there. And managing your schedule will keep you most organized. We have another one, definitely work related. I feel comfortable how I organize my leisure time, my eating habits, my sport life, so on. But prioritizing work is not as easy. And those are definitely obviously challenges for people. And hopefully in the next couple slides, we'll make it a little bit more organized. And if you are good in those areas, then we'll want to double down on that. Prioritizing tasks in work. There we go. Chances are maybe your schedule is cluttered up, or your abilities to process where certain tasks get put in the day, your most important tasks in the front end of the day, and scheduling other appointments, or who knows. Obviously, we're not having an open conversation on this, but those are things off the top of my head that most of the people I've ever talked to run into. Humans are not tidy creatures usually. It takes effort to be that way. All right, what we have on the screen now: decluttering, organizing, and cleaning. Declutter, remove unwanted items. Organize, problem solving, planning, system implementation, just like my emails. I have a system now and a process of how people get on my email list, how I have email written, and then how I have email deployed. And now I just work the system. Cleaning, eliminate dirt, infectious agents. If you clean stuff, you might be less likely to get ill. Beginner's guide, number 1. to organize better, we need to manage a mindset. Prepare and donate. There's so many times I get clients that will put bags of clothing that they don't want anymore or they don't fit in anymore and get them out of the house. Let someone else enjoy those items. You don't need them anymore. We're shrinking your body if it is a weight loss client. And make sure that if you are keeping on things that you never use, because no matter what, we're all a little hoarder, like in our mentality. I keep things that I swear I'm going to use at some point. Someone sent me a little meme. Man finally uses pieces of wood he's been saving since 1982 just because he thought he'd need it someday. Sure, but he probably didn't need to save that random piece of wood that long. Number 2, start small, break larger tasks into smaller, more manageable ones, right? Chunk it down. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Narrow your focus. We don't want to have this huge span for your eyes to get distracted on. We need to put blinders on and focus on the one thing and prioritize a chunk of time for that task and planning ahead so you can delegate your time, your energy against what other people are wanting or the different, hey, this weekend, it's the last weekend in March, I'm going to spring clean. Therefore, by April, I'll feel so much better having that lifted off my shoulders. Tidying techniques. How do we tidy up things? Well, KonMari method is do the items in your home align with the vision for your life. We look at the last image on the slide there. We have someone sweeping with a corded vacuum. And if you are, say, a high-tech person and you love to have efficiency, why are we plugging in a vacuum into the wall, having this giant cord and sweeping that way, especially with a wheeled vacuum cleaner, when we could just have something that's hands-free, battery operated, and it just makes your life so much more efficient. In my house, we have 5 animals, 4 cats and 1 dog. Everyone has an emotional support pet but me. And that's fine. We need them, especially during COVID is when all the animals started showing up because we needed them. And they still serve a great purpose, but man, there's a lot of hair in my house. We have a Roomba, we've got a Dyson, and they're both remote and battery operated to make it more convenient. Philosophy is keep only what sparks you. If something, you see it, that piece of clothing, oh, I look so good in that. I feel great in it. Yes. If this other piece of clothing, I just don't ever really wear that, X it out. So steps for success in the KonMari method are going to be imagine your ideal lifestyle. Number 2 is tidy by category, not by location. In this category of cleanliness, in my house, I need a vacuum that doesn't have a plug because it makes it even more challenging. I hate having to wind the cord up after I'm done and have to twirl it around and navigate or get to the end of the room and it not reach. I have to go plug it in. Those are all things that for humans will trip you up. Number 3, pick up each item one by one so we can physically exit that space. Number 4, or keep it. And then we ask if it sparks joy. If it does, keep it. If it doesn't, then let it go with gratitude. Someone else might be able to enjoy it. Method number 2 is the Ivy Lee method. Question is, are you overwhelmed by everything you must do? Philosophy, maintain focus in a world full of distractions. Oh my gosh, we're constant distractions. I actually muted my phone, put on Do Not Disturb, did it on my watch too, because if something sneaks through my phone and hits up here and it buzzes while I'm trying to present, that's a distraction. I feel it, and then I think, what was that? I need to check. And then I look down at my watch and I look at it, and then I'm distracted from what we're doing here. That's not helpful for what you're doing here and what my task is on this presentation. So steps for success are going to be, number 1, at the end of each day, list 6 important things to do the next day. Even if it's just 3, what are these most important tasks that I need to do. And if you're at work, this could be a really important one for that gentleman that talked about being a little bit unorganized. Right here, Ivy Lee method, you need to write down and leave a note on your desk. This could be a really good one. I can't tell you you need to do this, but I think this might be a good one. Write down the 3 things you need to do, most importantly, for the following day. Put it right on your desk, right on your screen. When you show up to work the next day, you will see it when you're powering on your computer. Yes, that's where I left off yesterday. I can jump right back into full stride and keep running, knocking that out, not trying to figure out what am I supposed to do. Number 2 is order the list from 1 being the most important, then moving it down the line. In the morning, number 3 is begin with the number 1 task. Number 4 is keep working until it's completed. Don't divide your time. Humans are not good multitaskers. I promise you. You might think you're the best multitasker ever. Science has proven it. Humans don't do that well. So you keep doing 1 until you can move on to 2, and continue this way until you get all your priorities completed. Pareto analysis. What's the 20% of the work that you're doing that's getting 80% of the results? Oh my gosh, if every business did this, or even every person did this, you would then quickly understand what moves the needle. And these are the only things you need to do, and avoid everything else. So let's chat. Which organizational technique do you want to try? Love to see which one. I'll rewind it here, and while you guys fill up the chat, we've got the KonMari method that feels a bit more of a personalized, at-home experience. We have the Ivy Lee method that could certainly be managing your household and keeping it running in a smooth operating operation there. Or at work, what are the tasks that are so important to me? The third one is really analyzing all the things that you do in all areas of your life if you wanted to, but let's chunk it down onto one thing. We'll just say work since it's a work day. What's the 20% of your tasks that produce 80% of the results? And then file off that. We had a couple people put this in. Pareto. I'm glad that guy said Pareto. I hope that is a really good one for you to really keep prioritizing those tasks of what stays most important. And then maybe the second one is the Ivy League method of writing down those tasks so that you keep it in your head. We have another one, KonMari method. If you could answer why you chose those, I'd love to just see that too, and just kind of explain it. Certainly, I won't share your name, but I'm curious. Let's keep chipping away because we're rounding up the last 10 minutes. Organizing and optimizing your space. Well, kitchen, we can stack containers. Oh my gosh, my kids, they put the dishes away in my Tupperware container. Oh my gosh, it feels like a bomb went off. This little container's here, this one's here, the lid's over there, and you can't fit a third of the things into that space that normally way more stuff can do. The dishes and having a system around that, unnecessary items. The kitchen can be this catch-all space sometimes. In my house, we're constantly, as part of the kids' chore, take the items off the kitchen table and move them to your room. Your fridge, freezer space can be optimized so when you open the door, you're like, oh, I know where everything is and I know what's in here and I'm not having food waste. Functional spaces in the kitchen, again, just using this as an example. Having practical places for each item that you use. Having things around the appliances that you use, pots and pans around the stove, not across the way. Having your drink cups around the obvious spaces where there's water and stuff. Cleaning supplies under, right? Hacking the pantry, making sure there's a clear idea of inventory. In our house, we have a door that has a chalkboard paint on it, and when something is out, you are supposed to write it on there that we need it again. Works about 40% of the time. That's something that even me, have to work on. Decluttering the bedroom, keeping things in drawers, hung up on hangers, making the bed, that's take it or leave it. If making the bed makes you feel more organized and cleanly, great. If it doesn't, that's not something. And making sure you use the space under the bed and having things going. If we want to add more zen to our bedroom, the right type of curtains, blackout curtains, of course, the right colors, color scheme. We love Alexa doing a sound machine. Ocean waves is what we always listen to. Neutral colors, colorful plants or pictures. If we're sorting the closet, keep things in the spaces where they are. Things that we need to get rid of, we can have a toss pile, a sell box, a donate box, and asking these questions like, when did I purchase this? Or when did I wear this last? Would I purchase it today? Would I wear it again? Do I have a better option? And how many do I have? Like shoes. I have a lot of shoes. Do I need more shoes? I definitely do not need new shoes, even if my shoe feels come out to play. Looking at the bathroom, certainly having the right types of products in the right space, stuff underneath the sink, having things organized so that it just is refreshing. We don't just keep piling stuff up on the countertop. That creates a lot of clutter and distraction. At work, I love that the first thing that comes out is the motivational poster. Have something that's inspirational or a family picture, something that connects you to the space in the first place. Having your desk is clean and organized and you sit down and just get to work. What is revamping your routine look like? Well, creating a morning routine, waking up to a pleasant sound. I wake up to my watch. It goes 2 minutes before my alarm goes off in the other room. So I don't have my phone near me. Avoid exposure to electronics. So I'll go in, turn it off, and then go make my coffee. I usually get in a hot tub and get my body warm and then set my intention for the day. Then I do look at my calendar, what is on it, and of course, just breathing. Oh my gosh, if we could just slow down and breathe, even right now, I'm talking. If I could just take a deep breath in, feel so much better. Morning minutes, as we start flying into the end of this, meditating, journaling, practicing movement, yoga or stretching, watching the sun. It's really peaceful. Watching in the evening, just watching the sunset. Birds chirping. I've definitely noticed that when I'm outside. Your space is organizing, playing music, doing something that starts the day off. Please don't wake up with hitting the snooze button 5 times. Now you're rushing around and causing internal stress and being late. Please don't do that. Consolidate your calendar, decide what your big rocks are. That's a big concept I've been doing. What are the things that are really big? We're going on a vacation. We are doing a hockey game as a family. We are doing this play on this time. Then we start building these things and making sure that you organize your tasks appropriately. Scheduling breaks. Oh my gosh, people go one meeting to another and they don't take a reasonable amount of time to take a breath and refocus themselves. And stay flexible. Globally, each person spends almost 7 hours using internet, almost 2.5 hours on social media, and more than 40% of their life online. I fall victim to it too. I work from my phone. I am delivering this through Zoom on my computer at my home. And so therefore I fall victim here, but I am very intentional about getting out. I walk with my dog and I spend time with my wife right that way. I'll work out with my buddy. Decluttering, deleting old files. If you could go through your photos on your phone, right? Getting rid of those things. Getting off emails. I actively unsubscribe when spam junk comes in to my inbox. I always unsubscribe to keep it clutter free. Unnecessary apps you could go back through. Have I used this recently? Apple will tell you if it offloads it from your phone. Sorting through, blocking your social medias. Planning ahead, we already talked about avoiding multitasking, setting a timer, delegating tasks. Some people are better in that situation than others. And even some managers are better than that than others. Having appropriate day, week, month planning sessions for you. even using the 1 minute rule of just, if I can get it done in 1 minute, let's do this right now. Or even just, I need to take 1 minute to take some deep breaths and exhale and clearly be able to figure out. So what do you want to do to get organized as we wrap up here with the last few minutes? What is one thing you're willing to get started with? So I'd love to hit the chat box again. For me, I am constantly organizing my back end of my business. That's really important to me. I'm constantly focused on my family and making sure that their needs are met. That's very important to me, and you'll see that reflected in my schedule. There's a lot of time that goes into those activities as well. So concluding here with 3 minutes to spare, getting organized is key to reducing stress and discovering balance in all your areas of life. We carry so many plates and juggle so many balls. It's important that if whichever one feels the one that the ball you're gonna drop the most, maybe you need to pause and understand what's happening here. Breaking larger tasks into smaller ones is way more manageable. That's how I have provided myself a living, and everything that my family and I do together is that I just take your problems and chunk them down into smaller bite-sized pieces so you can actually go do something and feel more fulfilled that way. Then tidying techniques to tackle clutter area by area to find joy in everything that's around you. So I want to thank you for your time today. I really appreciate you hanging out with me here this last half hour. And comments are open. Definitely hit up the comments here, but I'd love to get some great feedback from you guys and really appreciate your time again.